Hey guys, welcome to another review, and here's my review for Fantastic Four First Steps. Yes, I saw this movie 2 nights ago, and I'm very relieved to tell you this movie was good. I have been very worried about this movie for two reasons. For one, the way the Fantastic Four movies have been, especially the last one. Oh, God. I mean, I knew this new movie could not be as... Even if this movie was not going to be good, I knew it wouldn't have been as bad as the last one. From 2015, and then the way the 2000s movies were, which were not very good, but not anywhere close as bad as the last one. And then um, this one was just this one was really good, actually. I had a great time with it. I had a really great time with it, actually. Uh, I was really worried about this movie because of the way the Fantastic Four movies were, and I'm very relieved to tell you that this movie was going to be great. And because the last one, I think the problem with the last one is that because it was trying to be good, but they made it too dark and brooding. Because the last one was trying to be like Batman Begins of the Fantastic Four, but it just didn't work. It was trying to make the last ones look like the 2000s movies look like the Joel Schumacher movies, and they wanted the last one to be like Batman Begins of the Fantastic Four, but it failed so much. This movie, on the other hand, I'd say this one is definitely like Batman Begins. It's definitely like Batman Begins, and the 2015 movie was like Batman and Robin. So yeah, I had a great time with this movie. This movie was fun. It was yeah, I am relieved to tell you that it was good. And for two, the other reason why I've been worried about this movie was because the way the Marvel movies have been, the way the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been, because it's been coming and going. Sometimes it's been great, sometimes it's been just meh, then sometimes it's been shit. So it's been coming and going. So I was a little worried they could screw this movie up for two of those reasons combined, because the way the Fantastic Four movies have been and the way the MCU has been. Because back when the Marvel movies were doing very well, I thought they could never screw up an MCU Fantastic Four movie. But then as they started to kind of go south a bit, when they started to kind of fail and when they weren't doing very well, that's when I was like, okay, now I'm a little worried that they could screw up the Fantastic Four movie, because for a while when Marvel was doing well, I thought they could never screw up a Fantastic Four movie. But then I went and saw this movie 2 nights ago, and it turned out the way I initially thought it would be. I mean, I didn't think this movie was going to be bad, but I was just really worried about it. I was really worried about it. I'm like, please be good. And it was really good, actually. I had a great time with this movie. As I said, this one is definitely like Batman Begins, the Fantastic Four Batman Begins, because then the last one is just like Batman and Robin. I like the fact that superhero movies are being more colorful again, because just as the way they were back in like back in the early 2000s, and because as much as I love the Dark Knight trilogy, all these superhero movies, they really tried to be so dark and brooding. They tried to be like the Dark Knight trilogy, but it didn't work. So sometimes superhero movies can be dark and brooding, and then there's other times they don't work. Even the Dark Knight was slightly colorful too. I mean, look at the Joker. I mean, he was a colorful character. I mean, his face was colorful, and they made it so well. Yes, the Dark Knight was a dark and brooding movie, so yeah. But, like, not all these movies have to be so dark and brooding. Look at Fantastic Four, the new one, Fantastic Four First Steps. It was so colorful, and it worked perfectly. The suits were amazing. They looked just like the comics. See, those suits in the 2015 movie, they didn't look anything like the comics, because that last movie was shit. The suits looked like garbage, but the suits in this new one look so well done. And say what you want about the 2000s Fantastic Four movies, but the suits in those movies are done very well. And so, yeah. And Pedro Pascal, he stole this whole movie. I was a little bit like, really? They're casting Pedro Pascal to play Reed Richards? But he stole this movie as Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. I'm not really that familiar with the other cast members of this movie, but Pedro Pascal just stole this whole movie. And I had a great time with this movie. It was so much fun. And what I love about this movie is that you do not need to watch any of the Marvel movies to go see this movie. Nothing. Even if you're not into superhero movies, you don't even need to watch anything to go see this movie. That's what I like about this movie. That's like the biggest problem I've been having with all these movies, all the Marvel movies and all that. There's too much you need to watch. That's my that's like the biggest problem I have with them. Because it's just too much. But I really like the fact that you don't need to watch anything to go see this movie. And I said the same thing about Deadpool and Wolverine. I mean, there's a few movies you would need to watch if you need to go. You might want to watch before seeing Deadpool and Wolverine, but not much. That's what I liked about Deadpool and Wolverine. You barely really need to watch anything. With this movie, on the other hand, you don't even need to watch anything to go see this movie. It works so well as its own movie. And this movie was definitely a whole lot of fun. I had a great time with this movie. This movie was a blast. And all we just needed was the Fantastic Four in the MCU, because it worked well. It worked very, very well. And I was a little worried about this movie for that reason, because it was in the MCU, because I heard people saying, like, well, it's going to be the first MCU Fantastic Four movie, and I was all like, yeah, that's the thing, that's the way Marvel has been lately, but now, this movie turned out great. And, because they're starting to come back now, because Thunderbolts was great, too. Thunderbolts was really good as well. Deadpool and Wolverine was great. Captain America, Brave New World, not so much. I didn't really like that movie. I'll get more into those. I'm going to talk more about Thunderbolts in those movies. I might do a tier ranking, not necessarily of all the Marvel movies, because you know how I feel. You guys know my tier ranking. I've done 3 of them. So I'm going to do... the next tier ranking I'm going to do is the post-Endgame MCU movies and shows. I haven't watched all the shows. I've watched some of them, and so, yeah, I'll do a tier ranking of the MCU projects that came out after Endgame. So, I'll do that, and yeah. So, I had a great time with this movie, though. I had a real fun time with this, and I had a great time, and Pedro Pascal was great in this movie, and as I said earlier, I love the fact that they're making the superhero movie so colorful again. Like, look at Superman, that movie was so colorful, that came out a few weeks ago. They made it so colorful. They made Fantastic Four colorful again, because the one from 10 years ago was too dark and brooding, and that's what made it shit. And, like, it just, well, actually, the first 40 minutes, because I remember the director, actually, I think he was fired or something, and so the rest of the movie was shit. But the first 40 minutes was not that great, but it was not as bad as, like, the last hour. The last hour was just, ugh, that's when it really turned the movie bad. So, yeah, I don't know, but I did, I really liked this one, though, because it was colorful, and also Man of Steel. That one was still dark, but I had a fine time with Man of Steel. Man of Steel was fine. But I liked the new Superman better because it was more colorful. It was more like Superman. And so I hope they keep it up with these colorful movies, because, you know, the last one was trying to be too much like, because it's a 2015 movie. As I said earlier, it was trying to be like Batman Begins. And or like, it was also trying to be like The Dark Knight. And like, it was trying to be like the Dark Knight trilogy, but it didn't work. Because the Fantastic Four is not like that. It's like, it's colorful. It's more fun. It's not dark and brooding. So, yeah, that's what I liked about this new movie. It's not so dark. It's not dark at all. It's very colorful. It's fun. The suits are great, too. So, yeah, I had a real fun time with this movie. The story was great, too. And so, the acting was great, too. I had a real fun time with this movie. And I might go see it again, actually. I'm probably going to go see it again with my friends. I really liked this movie a lot. So, yeah, I had a real fun time with this movie, and I'm very happy that this movie was good. This movie might have to be the best post-Endgame movie since No Way Home. I mean, No Way Home is definitely my favorite out of all the post-Endgame movies, but this is definitely probably the best one since either that or Deadpool and Wolverine. Because those three, Spider-Man No Way Home, Deadpool, Wolverine, and Fantastic Four First Steps, those are like the really great post-Endgame MCU movies. I'm hoping these movies are coming back because I'm really happy about this. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is starting to come back again, and I hope they keep it up. I'm really hoping they keep it up because they weren't doing very well. They started to go, they just made too much of the movies, but now they're starting to come back a bit, and I'm hoping they keep it up. They're doing well. And so I hope they keep it up. So, yeah. I'm really excited to see what they do next. And so, yeah, I'm very happy this movie was good. And yeah, I really liked the action scenes and the space scenes too. Were really great. And the musical score was great too. And the chemistry with the family too was perfect. And the chemistry was great too. And the characters and I had a great time with this movie. And be sure, I mean, as you all know, that you don't need to stay for the end credits, but the first one is definitely much more important to stick around for. The second one, not so much. If you don't want to sit around for the second one, I'd say just you don't need to stick around for the second post-credit scene. But the first one, stick around for the first one because it is very important. So, yeah. So yeah, I had a blast with this movie. It was so much fun. So yeah, I'm gonna give Fantastic Four First Steps a 9.3 out of 10. So yeah, that was my review for Fantastic Four First Steps. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. Did you see this movie, or how would you rank? I mean, I'm sure I know all your ranking for the Fantastic Four movies. Because everyone knows the last one was the worst one for most people it was. And yeah, so let me know. Have you seen any of the Fantastic Four movies, or is this your first Fantastic Four movie you're watching, or did you see this movie? Let me know what you thought about it. Let me know down in the comment section below. Comment below, let me know. And if you like this, please subscribe to my channel and hit that like. Alright. Bye.